Hi there, Kimball here of Willow Creek Somatics, and what a gorgeous day. It's May and the weather is nice and it's time to play, or maybe work. So the nice weather is here, so now our interior focus moves to our exterior focus. So this means gardening time, whether it's flower beds or vegetables. And I love gardening. How about you? And it's a great time to get outdoors. It's fun, it's exercise. To me, it's very pleasurable. And when I garden, it also puts me in a bit of a meditative state. So I get that pleasure from it as well. So with all the demands outside, it also can set us up for injury and muscle strain. So planting and weeding and building and lifting can all land us in the pain zone. So before, during, and after, Pandiculate! So, plus, take breaks. Take breaks, go to the washroom, rehydrate, have a snack. So it's not go, go, go. And I speak from experience because I have 3 big flower beds plus a vegetable garden, and I can often get so focused, head down, and just on a mission to weed and get all the demands done, and then, oh, I feel it later because during that time, what have I done? I've ignored how I'm moving, and I ignored the messages my body was giving me. So I wasn't, I was taking my body for granted and just pushing it, driving it like a machine. So things to keep in mind, just some great tips I feel to share. Move around so you don't get stuck. And I use, when I'm weeding, a very small bucket. And in the past, I've caught myself cursing. It's like, oh, the bucket's full again. I gotta get up and toss it. It's a great thing because it gets me up, right? And then I get to walk and dump it, and it gets me in another position and lengthen out, and I'm not folded up. So I'm coming out of that folded up, contracted position. So helpful to have a small bucket up like that to get you moving more. So when bending forward, think of, and I like this, if in doubt, stick your butt out. So when you're bending forward, try not to bend at your waist and around your back. So we have these great hinges here where your leg bones connect into your hip sockets. So I always like to keep my spine in its optimal length and fold here, but always bend my knees and stick my butt out. So I can crouch down and weed, get up, dump my bucket, move around, just break up that pattern, okay? So that might be a helpful cue for you. When in doubt, stick your butt out. And also it just is, it's not as strenuous on the back. And also when you're weeding, if this isn't an optimal position for you, squatting is an amazing position to come into. It may not be optimal for you either, but you have to find what works for you, and maybe you just flip-flop from position to position so that, you know, maybe a position like this does end up becoming optimal for you. So think of squatting, and then when you're lifting something from a squat, so meet that heavy item where it is, squat, and keep your arms. I always like to think of my arms as wings. Tuck them into your side and bigger, heavy item that way, as opposed to bending over like this, rounding the back, and bending at the waist and arms out like this. It's very, very strenuous to do that. So keep them tucked in and bend where you're designed to bend. So right at the hip creases, the hips, the knees, the ankles. Okay. So something else, don't overfill your waist bag. So if you are, I'm out on a property here where I can fill up a wheelbarrow and dump it somewhere. Some of us rely on filling waist bags and having it picked up. So just watch to not overfill those waist bags because, well, they can tear easy, but also it makes it heavier for them to move. Okay. Don't twist at your waist. So think about body positioning. So I've been in those situations where I've been twisting and I'm not bringing my whole body with me. So think of when you're moving is keep everything at the front and move your whole body. So you're not repeatedly twisting and twisting and twisting and tightening one side. Okay, so move the whole body together. And so another thing to consider is if you're using a wheelbarrow, again, not filling it all the way up to make it heavy to move. So just like very much like the waist bags. And if you have soreness and pain that persists, or strain, or you've injured something, this can be very aggravating to do your gardening. So you might want to delegate that to someone else, or if you really, it is up to you, why not work on building strength up in your body so that you can do this type of work and not keep landing in the pain zone. So I am a somatic movement coach, a clinical somatic educator, and I help teach people how to move well and create freedom in their body so they maintain it. So each time, whether it's gardening or any other type of job, you want to be able to do the task and not be laid up afterwards. Okay, so I'm going to show you a couple of pandiculations. I mentioned that word earlier, to take a break and pandiculate. So when you are in that monotonous task and you want to break that stuck habit of being stooped over, then here's some pandiculative movements that you can start to explore. And I'm going to do it standing, but you can do it sitting, you can do it lying down. So take a break, and when you're taking a break is come up to stand, and black fly season, come up to stand, and you might find that after being folded forward, it's kind of hard to stand. Okay, so what's happened is when we're in that stooped over position, we're tightening all the muscles at the front of the body. So they're tightening, and what we need to teach them is to how to relax. And you want to do that actively, not passively. So just taking the rest of the day off is not going to do the trick. Okay, you want to actively, that's passive, doing nothing. So you want to actively train these muscles to turn on and off when you want them to. Okay, so they're very turned on from that stooped over position. So you're going to come up to standing, and what you're going to do is recreate that stooped over position, and you're going to keep your brain's full attention on that. So think of when you round forward, let the belly sink in, let the ribs bow down towards your pelvis, let the chest sink down, let the shoulders roll, and you can Let the arms go along with it. Let your knees bend and even knock in toward each other, and maybe even let the inside of your feet roll in. So come into that stooped over position and notice the tightness and pay attention to unraveling that tightness with a beautiful breath in. So inhale, release the belly, release the ribs, release the chest, release the shoulders. Let the legs straighten but not lock, and let the feet come back into feeling all four corners of your feet. And then you're going to do that again, but with more awareness and with your breath. So take another breath in, and on your exhale, sink the belly. And as you start to sink, you'll feel the low back rounding. Everything starts to round and curl forward. Letting the knees tighten. Inward, letting the feet roll inward. Letting the arms roll. Pause here and then look forward. So you're going to bring the head up so you can see ahead of you. And then from here, you're going to soften. Breathe your way out of it and feel everything that was tightening is now letting go. And let's try that one more time. Breathe in. You got this beautiful length in the front of the body. And then on the exhale, you shorten this length into tightness, into contraction, recreating that stooped over position. Head comes up, look forward, keep breathing. And then slowly release out. And can you feel that your brain is in control of not only tightening these muscles into contraction, but also uncontracting them so that you teach them, now they can turn off. Okay? So just a nice little way to break up your gardening day. And you can do that throughout. So also think about doing that maybe 3 times. That's it. But really pay attention to what you're doing, and it really takes minutes. So another one I'm going to share, and I'm going to come down on the ground for this, and this was my lifesaver one day when I was going at it hard and I was ignoring my body, and then to the point where I couldn't ignore it anymore because I had full-on back pain. So what I did was brought myself down onto the ground, and I just let myself settle, and then I focused on one leg at a time. And what I did was start to tip the knee out. I started to tip it out, and I let my foot go with it so that I rolled out on the outer edge of the foot. So it's tightened on the, contracting on the outside of my leg right into the hip, and it's opened the inside. And I'm doing this with control. I'm just not letting it flop. And then I bring it back up. And I'm doing my best to relax everything, but at the same time control the movement. Letting the knee tip out. You could inhale here. Think of inhale, open the leg up. Just as far as you comfortably can. And then exhale, bring it back. And it's just a nice, nourishing movement. So I would repeat that about 3-5 times. on each side, and then get up. Get up and go. But walk around a little bit and let that integrate, even that standing pandiculation. So getting up and walking around a little bit, and notice what that offers you. So interrupt what you're doing when you get the message that your body is headed into the pain zone. And pain is just like the child at your pant leg going, Mom, Dad, pay attention to me. That's how pain is in the body, and we often just go away, kid. Ignore it. So if you ignore it, then it sends that message to the brain that it's acceptable to move in pain. So it maintains that pattern. So it will be easy all the time for you to disregard it, ignore it. And then really something really significant pain-wise can show up in your body. So I offer services that can help you get yourself moving with ease and freedom. I think there's a fly here. Go away. That can help you move with ease and freedom. And it's simple. The movements that I teach are simple yet very effective. And these movements can be incorporated anywhere in your life. And once you commit to bringing them into your life, just as you commit to brushing your teeth every day, then it just becomes the way of life. So when you do these projects, you're not looking forward at the end of it to be in pain. Let's get you out of pain and re-educated on how to move properly and pandiculate when you're headed for pain, so that you move to an area of maintenance and just continue to move freer and freer as you age. Who doesn't want to have more freedom and strength as they age? So it all starts with a call. You can take these tips and just go on your way and explore them, put them to the test. But if you're ready, if you've had it up to here with going in and out of pain, and you intuitively know that there's gotta be some way to break that chain, then give me a call. It all starts there, and you don't have to commit to anything. We can just have a chit chat, and I can explain to you how I can help you change your pattern of pain. Okay, enjoy the sunshine and happy gardening.